Inclusive Practices, Best Sports Promotion, Best Emerging Schools of the Year in New School category, Oldest Association Standing School. It is an honor to have with us His Eminence, the 8th Chokyong Palga Rinpoche, who was recognized at the age of 1 and enthroned at the age of 8 by His Holiness, the 12th Walwong Drupka at Hemis Monastery in Ladakh. He left for his monastery in Revalsar, district Mandi, Himachal Pradesh, at the age of 8 and studied preliminary Buddhist studies, meditations and philosophies till the age of 16. He suffered greatly during his years of training as a Rinpoche, but his inquisitive bent of mind helped him to channel all those sufferings into teaching himself English, Hindi, computer science, general science and astronomy. A learned man, His Eminence Monk Chokyong Palga is well versed in many foreign languages like German, Portuguese, Mandarin and Spanish. His Eminence left for England in November 2004 to study advanced English, work, live a normal life and understand the lives of common people. Due to generous sponsors and friends, he lived the life of a millionaire in Europe but got disillusioned with the futility of materialism and commercialism. While in Europe, he learned about the importance of fitness and diet and is committed to living a healthy lifestyle. However, he saw much suffering including depression, anxiety, loneliness, as well as racism and bullying, due to which he returned to India and attended many empowerment sessions by Buddhist teachers. He spent more than 3 years in solitary retreat in Darjeeling in Himachal, as well as in Revalsar village to deepen his understanding about the Buddhist way of life. He became a vegetarian during the later stages of his retreat and returned to Ladakh. Currently, he is building a huge spiritual center called Naljorin, Land of Enlightenment Seekers, to teach about self-fulfillment, true happiness and inner peace. His Eminence Chokyong Palga Rinpoche has also built old age homes to care for the elderly, orphanages to help the disadvantaged children, hospitals to cure the sick, rehab centers to help the addicts, as well as animal sanctuaries to care for sick and injured animals. He has made retreat centers to teach solitary meditations in English, Hindi, Ladakhi and Tibetan for all people without any discrimination. He is also involved in mass plantation drives to promote greenery and eco-friendly living. It is an honor to have you with us today. And may I request our Executive Director, Ms. GD Goenka, to kindly welcome His Eminence, the 8th Chokyong Palga Rinpoche. The audits conducted during the 2022-23 session were meticulously designed to identify exceptional talent, skills, and exemplary contributions across these defined dimensions. The effort was aimed at commemorating the achievers and celebrating their exceptional efforts in driving excellence within our school community. The commitment and dedication demonstrated by our students, faculty, staff, and HOS have been instrumental in upholding the standards of excellence we strive for at Goenka schools. Each dimension represents a pillar of our educational ethos, and the recipients of these awards exemplify the epitome of achievement within these realms. And now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's commence with the awards ceremony. May I request our MD Sir, Mr. Nipun Goenka, to kindly come onto the stage and do the honors. Innovative teaching is the process of proactively introducing new teaching strategies and methods into the classroom in order to improve academic outcomes and address real problems to promote learning. These awards are based on actual classroom observations of a specific day, based on extremely objective observations as well as the work done in the notebooks and students' participation in the classroom. I'd like to request Ms. Radhika Goenka to felicitate the awardees. The award for the Best Innovative and Creative Classroom Pedagogical Practices goes to the following teachers. Ms. Nidhi Sharma from GD Goenka School, Kanpur. Ms. Mamata Das Parui from Dakshineshwar. A representative from GD Goenka Public School, Kanpur. Ms. Mamata Das Parui from GD Goenka Public School, Dakshineshwar. Ms. Chetna Bhatnagar from GD Goenka Public School, Paschim Bihar. Ms. Tabassum from GD Goenka Public School, Srinagar. Ms. Ruchi Yadav from GD Goenka Public School, Gurugram, Sector 48. From GD Goenka Global School, Noida, Sector 50, we have Ms. Sushma Yadav. Ms. Ruhi Talwar from GD Goenka Public School, Bhubaneswar. If we have a representative from the Bhubaneswar school, thank you. We have the principal from GD Goenka Public School, Bhubaneswar, on behalf of Ms. Ruhi Talwar. Mr. Mayuk Chatterjee from GD Goenka Public School, Dakshineshwar. From GD Goenka High School, we have Ms. Pooja Yadav. We have Ms. Deepti from GD Goenka Public School, Rudrapur. Ms. Vinita from GD Goenka International School, Surat. Ms. Anu Kugel from GD Goenka Signature School. Do we have a representative here from GD Goenka Signature School, please? The coordinator from GD Goenka Signature School will collect the honor on Ms. Anu's behalf. Thank you. Inclusive practice is an attitude and method that ensures all learners can access mainstream education. Everyone works to make sure all learners feel welcome and valued, and they get the right support to help them develop their talents and achieve their goals, whilst ensuring that teaching standards are not compromised. This award goes to GD Goenka Public School, Sarita Vihar, and may I request the principal and councillor, Principal Ma'am Ms. Seema Sahai, along with the councillor to collect the award. GD Goenka Public School, Model Town, may we have Principal Ms. Rima El Wawadi and the Councillor. So the team of teachers from GD Goenka Model Town. And a special mention to GD Goenka Public School, Ghaziabad, Principal Ma'am Dr. Neha Sharma, along with the councillor. Academic excellence is the demonstrated ability to perform, achieve, and excel in scholastic activities. To achieve academic excellence, it is essential to create an environment that fosters the development of a community that can grow intellectually, socially, and ethically, and is therefore able to pursue successful and fulfilling careers. And to receive the awards, may I invite the principal and her team of teachers from GD Goenka International Surat, Principal Ms. Jayashree Choraria, along with a team of teachers. GD Goenka Public School Ghaziabad, Principal Dr. Neha Sharma, along with her team of teachers. GD Goenka Public School Paschim Bihar, Principal Ms. Rekha Sharma, along with a team of teachers. And a special mention to GD Goenka Public School Kanpur, Principal Ms. Shashi Luther, along with a team of teachers. Do we have a representative from GD Goenka Public School Kanpur? Thank you. Co-scholastic aspects of education deal with activities, programs, and learning experiences, which add traces of uniqueness to a child's intellectual, social, and emotional reach. The basic idea is to complement the substance that academics bring to the table. May we have the principal and team of teachers for the following schools. Let's keep them cheering as they come on stage. GD Goenka International Surat, Principal Ms. Jayashree Choraria, and the team of teachers. GD Goenka Global School Noida Sector 50, Principal Ms. Nidhi Surohi and her team of teachers. and GD Goenka Public School, Jammu, Principal Mr. Arindam Roy Chaudhary, along with the team of teachers. A well-managed and smooth-running school creates the ideal environment for effective teaching and learning. In a well-run environment, teachers are set free to teach and students are better able to learn and achieve. The award for best operations in their implementation goes to the following: GD Goenka Public School, Karkarduma, from the management. We have Mr. Nikhil. Any principal ma'am, Ms. Renu Ajay. GD Goenka Public School, Rohini, Sector 22. May I request a representative on their behalf to receive the award. GD Goenka Public School, Patna. May we have a representative to collect the award. Best Sports Promotion. This award is presented towards promotion of sports. It involves a wide variety of sectors of the sports industry. Sports helps us in building strong self-esteem, and hence it is important for a child to explore various sports activities and then maybe specialize in one or few. He or she will gather what interests them more and continue pursuing that to get better at it. For Best Sports Promotion, we have GD Goenka Public School, Agra. And I request the Principal, Mr. Puneet Ashish. And a special mention to GD Goenka Public School, Gorakhpur. May we have Principal Dr. Sanchita Mukherjee or a representative on the behalf of the school. GD Goenka Public School, Gorakhpur. Someone who leads from the front ensures a bright future and leaves a legacy of success. True stars rise to the top not by chance, but through purpose and passion and leading with brilliance. Initiative is the light that leads and the strength that lifts people to excellence. here we have GD Goenka Public School Sector 48, Principal Ms. Anuragha Handa. A huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Let the cheering go on. GD Goenka Public School, Lucknow, Principal Dr. Prerna Mitra. Please give a huge round of applause. And GD Goenka Public School, Greater Noida, may I request a representative from the school to accept the award. We would now like to appreciate the support of our sponsors, and we request MD Sir, Radhika Ma'am and His Eminence to kindly felicitate them. Mr. Akhil Goyal from GG Apparels to receive the certificate of appreciation. GG Apparels partners with GD Goenka. They provide premium school uniform solutions across India and Middle East countries. Mr. Akhilesh from LG to receive the certificate of appreciation. LG partners with GD Goenka for providing air conditioning solutions and other educational institutions. Mr. Rohit Sahni from Sunny Enterprises. Sunny Enterprises partners with GD Goenka to provide premium school sports solutions and state-of-the-art laboratories. Please keep the applause going, ladies and gentlemen. It really boosts up the morale. Mr. Somyak from Picano. Ms. Akansha Tyagi from GenLeap to receive the certificate of appreciation. GenLeap partners with GD Goenka. They are India's first DNA-based self-discovery and career management platform. Picano partners for peaceful school furniture solutions with us. Congratulations to all the award recipients. You embody the passion, the diligence, and the pursuit of excellence that is the bedrock of our organizational culture. May I now invite His Eminence to enlighten us. May I request our Executive Director, Ms. Radhika Goenka, to kindly be a part of this wonderful, to facilitate this enlightening discussion with our esteemed guest.
So I think the first thing what I heard about you was you're not the monk who sold his Ferrari, but you're the monk who sold his Maserati. So what was your journey? I think we all really want to know what made you reach the point you are at today.
Thank you so much, Radhika ma'am. Thank you to GD Goenka institution, to all the faculty members, to all the chairpersons and the principals, teachers for having me today here. It is a great pleasure. I myself am not very acquainted with educational institutions because I only studied until 3rd grade. So it was, I don't have much in terms of academic education, but it is a big honor and privilege to be here. So basically, I'm from Ladakh. I'm from Ladakh, born 1984, so some time ago, and born in a very poor family. And my mother had eloped with my father. They had fallen in love. Afterwards, due to some family misunderstanding and unfortunate circumstances, my parents separated. So मेरी माँ हमेशा मुझे दोष देती कि तुम्हारी वजह से I had to suffer your मुझे तुम्हारे पिता से मुझे सहना पड़ा. But yeah, I was born in a poor family. I have a younger sister, and when I was 1 year old, एक साल की उम्र में हमारे परम पावन गुरुजी, the 12th Gyalwang Drukpa, हमारे वंश के holiness, he discovered in his meditation I was born in Ladakh. तो हमारे हिमालयन बुद्धिज्म में क्या होता है कि एक reincarnation का system होता है, जिसे Dalai Lama ji हैं and lots of other great gurus. Obviously, I'm nowhere near their level. But Dalai Lama ji, for example, he is the 14th reincarnation in the Dalai Lama line. So consecutively, in a human form, उन्होंने 14 बार उन्होंने जन्म लिया है कम से कम. तो I am the 8th in the Palgarin Koche का line. तो मेरा original जो मंदिर है, वो तिब्बत में है. और इंडिया में हिमाचल में है, डिस्ट्रिक्ट मंडी, रिवासा नाम का छोटा सा गांव है, जहाँ पर शायद बॉबी देओल और नेहा का एक मूवी आया था, करीब नाम का. विनोद चोपड़ा ने शूट किया था. गाना बहुत अच्छा है, लेकिन मूवी फ्लॉप हो गई, unfortunately. But yeah, so I was, recognized by my Guruji at the age of 1 that I was a reincarnation avatar, जिसे हिंदी में कहते हैं, that I was born in Ladakh. The previous incarnation was actually killed by the Chinese during the invasion of Tibet in around 1959. So yeah, Toby, just to answer your question, I grew up in a very poor family and had seen extreme poverty. Grow करते समय भी, I'll share a little bit of my story after answering your question. I saw a lot of extreme suffering and poverty and everything. I had to face lots of challenges. But afterwards, due to some good karma from the past and due to the blessings of my Gurujis, I managed to acquire a decent amount of wealth. I kind of became a millionaire at a very young age. And then what would a 28-year-old guy would do with crores and crores of rupees? He would buy a V8 supercar. So I bought a Maserati Grand Cabrio Sport, which had 450 horsepower, a V8 engine, Cabrio, white color with a black roof. It was very decent. I drove it at 300 kilometers per hour at the Autobahn in Germany, 10 साल पहले. Not that I'm proud of it, and not that I suggest you drive at 300 kilometers per hour. वो केवल सबके लोग के लिए होते हैं. But yeah, और वापस सब कुछ समझ के वापस आया. तो you know, when I was attending one of these kind of talks 2 years ago, and they just started joking. I'm the monk who sold this Ferrari. I'm the monk who sold this Ferrari. Robi Sharma ji का जो very famous book है. तो मैंने कहा no, I think I'm the monk who sold his Maserati. It just became a moniker. Yeah, there's a story behind that. Yeah.
So how did you come to terms with giving up everything, all that materialism that you had, like how you shared? What made you leave all of that and come on this journey?
That is a very profound question actually. It's not easily answerable. Because in today's world, आजकल की दुनिया में क्या है कि the definition of success has changed. In the ancient world, the definition of success would be spiritual attainment, spiritual enlightenment. आजकल it's fortunately or unfortunately it's material, gains, commercialism, materialism. तो उसमें मैं भी थोड़ा सा ट्रैप हो गया था, because मैंने कभी देखी नहीं. दिल्ली में भी जब आता था, हयात जो होटल है उससे मैं गुजरता था, मैं सोचता था इसके अंदर कैसे कैसे लोग होते होंगे, पता नहीं कैसे कैसे चम्मच होंगे उनके पास कैसे कैसे अनेक तरह के कांटे होंगे, चाकू होंगे, पता नहीं क्या क्या खाते होंगे, क्या क्या पीते होंगे, उनकी चादर की कलर कैसी होगी, बेडशीट कैसी होगी, like the curtains would be, I would just imagine. So also like all these big cars, I would see all the Mercedes and BMWs and all that. I would imagine what kind of people would be driving them. So coming from a very humble background, from a very difficult region like Ladakh, growing up in a monastery where we had, just the basic necessities, and I had a very curious mind when I was young. तो बचपन में क्या हुआ था, 1 साल की उम्र में को my Guruji recognized me. They discovered me that I was born in Ladakh. उसके बाद I was too young. So then Guruji allowed me to be kept with my mother until I was 8. तो 8 साल की उम्र के बाद 92 में I went to Himachal. तो उससे पहले I could remember I had like trauma from the past life. तो थोड़ा सा शायद PTSD था when the Chinese killed me and tortured me and all that. तो वो सब मुझे यादें आती थी बचपन में. और चीन से मुझे हमेशा गुस्सा आता था. जब भी टीवी में कोई चिंग चोंग का कोई म्यूजिक आता था, I would immediately get angry. एक बार क्या होता है, मेरे अंकल, my father's elder brother, he had a very old, जो पुराने ज़माने की टीवी होते हैं ना, CRT, I think that's what it's called, the big one, no, वो भी black and white वाला. तो उसमें कुछ चीन का कोई प्रोग्राम चल रहा था, कोई चिंग चोंग का कोई म्यूजिक आ रहा था. I was so angry, maybe I was 6 years old. उनकी घड़ी थी लोहे की, उसको पकड़ के मेरी टीवी पे जोर से मारा. ना केवल घड़ी टूटा, ना टीवी टूटा, लेकिन मेरा सर टूटा. क्योंकि अंकल ने मुझे बहुत मारा. मेरा गाल भी सुझा दिया उन्होंने. So I used to remember the trauma from the past life. I used to remember falling down, getting stabbed, getting shot, and all that. So I had this small, PTSD from past life. मम्मी को भी कहता था कि like आप मेरी माँ नहीं हो, such a sad thing to say, but मेरी माँ कहीं और है, ये मेरा देश नहीं है, मेरा आने वाले हैं. So I used to say these things. तो 8 साल की उम्र में जब I was enthroned, properly dressed in a monk's robes, so I felt such a sense of relief. All my anger and anxiety went away. So that's how my journey started. So I did not per se chose this life. It was chosen for me and granted the responsibility of reincarnated Rinpoche by my Guruji. So we have our duties to uphold the teachings of the Buddha as per the cultural tradition of a region. तो लद्दाख का बुद्धिज्म थोड़ा सा अलग होता है. It's वज्रयाना बुद्धिज्म, थोड़ा सा हटके होता है, थोड़ा सा different होता है. Buddhism in the south is much more orthodox, much more conservative. जैसे Theravada Buddhism है, श्रीलंका में है, थाईलैंड में है. So लद्दाख का थोड़ा सा अलग है. That's how it started. And then so when I was young, I was Rinpoche का जो अभी मेरे साथ monk है, he is my. Actually, give me the scarf. Yeah, I just want to give this blessing. There is a very traditional blessing to Radhika ji. It has the 8 auspicious symbols on a scarf. Ashtamangalam, and to bless her. I want to start this session with a blessing to bless you with the 8 auspicious symbols of life, good health, and success.
Thank you so much. So I think now that we have you inside, we'd love for you to share some of your wisdoms and teachings with us. You know, what is it about spirituality, how we all can use it in our daily lives. Like how you said, we all have various emotions, whether it be, you know, anger, dissatisfaction, anything. So how do we all come, you know?
तो बड़े होते समय मैंने भी बहुत सारे संघर्षों का सामना किया. My training was very difficult. The training over Rinpoche it's in a small room, maybe 10 by 12 feet का एक room होता है. I have to sit like this because I'm so used to sitting cross-legged. तो सुबह 5 बजे से लेकर रात के 8-9 बजे तक मुझे ऐसे ही बैठना होता है दिन भर. अभी भी मैं बस दिन भर ऐसे बैठता हूँ. लोग तो मतलब you know बिना like पता चले they will extend their legs slowly, you know, when they can't sit in a big congregation. लद्दाख में जब पूजा होता है तो there are like thousands of people, so I'm sitting on a big throne and we have thousands of people and I'm leading the prayers. मैं Instagram चला देता हूँ, देख लीजिए. Have a look at my name, you'll find lots of interesting videos. So you will see my background, हम कैसे function करते हैं. तो I'm used to sitting like this. So my teacher instilled this discipline of sitting when I was young. एक बंद कमरे में. उस वक्त मुझे पता नहीं चला क्योंकि बैठना कितना अहम चीज़ होता है. आपने कभी गौर किया कि जब भी आप किसी महात्मा का आप किसी प्रतिमा देखते हैं, स्टैचू, पेंटिंग ओवर एवर, वो खड़े होते हैं कि नाच रहे होते हैं कि भांगड़ा कर रहे होते हैं कि ब्रेक डांस कर रहे होते हैं कि बैठे होते हैं. They're always sitting, no. So sitting itself is the number one teaching. The fundamental teaching is sitting, बैठना. Okay, जैसे अगर हम physically बैठते हैं तो मेंटली हमारा मन जो है it doesn't wander as much. वो उतना भटकता नहीं है क्योंकि मन you know generally जहाँ तक हम देख सकते हैं, जहाँ तक हम सुन सकते हैं, वहाँ तक सीमित होती है. Obviously the mind has great powers and you can think of the past and everything, but generally you can contain the mind within this kind of sphere where your senses you know have an object to interact with. तो बैठने से क्या होता है मैम कि अपने आप अपनी जो विचारधारा है, like all the सोच and everything, all the emotions, they calm down, वो थोड़ा कम हो जाते हैं. जैसे मैं हमेशा कहता हूँ ये जो हॉलवे है, ठीक है, ये हॉलवे है. What is the function of a hallway? The function of a hallway is for people to walk around. When they want to enter an auditorium, they want to go to the office, they want to go to the washroom, they want to go to the kitchen, है ना, या बाहर जाना हो. You cannot stop the mind from creating thoughts. That is a function of the mind. तो मेडिटेशन का अर्थ ये नहीं है, स्पिरिचुअलिटी का अर्थ ये है कि आप बिल्कुल एक ज़ॉम्बी की तरह बन जाओ या वैसे करके चलते जाओ, जैसे अभी लोग चल रहे हैं धुंध में. They're so cold, wrapped up and literally walking like a zombie. They don't care whether a car is coming or a bike is coming. So it's not like that कि आपने मन को बिल्कुल सोच को खत्म करना है, वो नहीं है. The function of the mind is to create thoughts. Yeah. So you cannot prevent clouds from gathering in the sky. Whether it's summer or winter, आसमान है तो उसमें तो बादल तो आएंगे ही, तो मन है तो उसमें सोच तो आएंगे ही. लेकिन the difference is like you cannot stop people from walking in the hallway. But comparing the two different kinds of people, let's say you have one group of people wearing high heels and chatting very loudly and singing and drunk and being very rowdy, you know, click-click and just shouting. People are walking, but they're disturbing you. And then you have another group who are walking barefoot, very quiet, बिल्कुल खुसर-खुसर कर रहे हैं, very quiet, whispering. They're still walking, same amount of people, but that's not disturbing you. That's what happens with meditation. अपनी सोच जो है, अपना जो अपने अंदर जो सोच है, वो हमें उतना डिस्टर्ब नहीं करता है जैसे पहले क्या करता था. So that is the main benefit of spirituality and meditation especially. मन में एक तरह का शांति आ जाता है. मैं कहता हूँ हमेशा हमारा जो मन है, जब हम मेडिटेशन नहीं करते हैं, जब हम मन को ट्रेन नहीं करते हैं, हम ध्यान नहीं लगाते हैं, तब हमारा मन जो छोटे कीचड़ की तरह है. आपने शायद छोटा कीचड़ देखा होगा. कीचड़ में छोटा सा पत्थर फेंको, वो बिल्कुल हिल जाता है, या वो बिखर जाता है, बिल्कुल हिल जाता है. मेडिटेशन करते करते क्या होता है कि अपना मन जो है वो एक बड़े तालाब की तरह बन जाता है, उसके बाद एक समुद्र की तरह बन जाता है. तो उसमें जितने भी पत्थर मारो, it doesn't disturb it. That's how your mind functions with spirituality. And spirituality, ma'am, I know I'm stretching the question, so sorry. But the thing is like, you know, तो मैंने भी बचपन में सोचा था कि खुशी, happiness that everybody wants, even a dog wants, even a cat wants, है ना, even a मूंगफली वाला, चाय वाला, even the bus driver, even the, you know, the photographers, even the, you know, everybody, the pilots, you know, they all want happiness. We all want happiness. All living beings want happiness. That is a common thread that binds us. But then, what is the definition of happiness? Is it, जैसे आप शायद शाम को किया होगा अपने पार्टी, मैंने सुना है, मैं तो आया नहीं, सुना है, जम के पार्टी किया होगा शायद, तो कुछ लोग यहाँ पर थोड़ा सा मतलब अभी तक, you know, they are not fully out of the party वाला zone, which is good. But see, पार्टी किया, या अब रात की आपको मालूम है, पार्टी ऑर्गेनाइज करने कितना मुश्किल चीज़ है. You have to find a venue, it costs money. डीजी भी ठीक तरह का होना चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं कि लोग भांगड़ा करने को वहाँ पर माइकल जैक्सन का गाना चला रहे हैं. ऐसे नहीं कि वो सितार बजा रहे और नीचे लोग भांगड़ा करना चाहते हैं. You know, you can't play bhajan in a party place. You need a venue, you need DJ, you need food, you need people to come at the right place, you need people to have the right mentality. ऐसे नहीं कि सब दुखी हो. You know, they want, so you need a lot of conditions to assemble. Yeah, lot of conditions to assemble in order for you to find a momentary happiness. That is momentary happiness. That is like dew, है ना? Dew की तरह होता है. There is like बादल, लेकिन वो चला जाता है. That is what we call in Buddhism impermanence. So happiness, as we know right now in today's world, especially materialistic happiness, it is all based on conditions, various conditions, and assemblage of conditions. When they disperse, जब वो खत्म हो जाता है, you cannot do party forever, है ना? जब वो खत्म हो जाता है, again you're back to the square one. So it's kind of like a mini cycle that ended yesterday. Starting of the party, doing the party, and ending of the party. एक cycle खत्म हो गया. अभी देखिए हमने award function start किया, अभी बात कर रहे हैं, बाद में thank you करके we'll have to end. It's impermanent. Everything is impermanent. तो कब तक मैंने सोचा, मैंने भी इसकी खोज की. जब मैं विदेश गया, मैंने भी पार्टी की, मैंने भी गुच्ची अरमानी पहने, मैंने भी गाड़ियाँ खरीदी, 5-star hotels, you know, Michelin food and everything. मैंने सब कुछ ट्राई किया. अब यकीन नहीं करेंगे 2012 का जो न्यू ईयर था, अभी जो आने वाला है, 2012 का न्यू ईयर रिच बार्सिलोना में मैंने स्वीट बुक किया था उसको, 2 दिन के 15 लाख. हमारे लॉबी में एक शेख आए थे, like you know, even a Saudi sheikh was there. I had that much money, I did that much enjoyment. But वो सब अभी it's become a yaad now, no? It's become a memory. It's not there because it's impermanent. So then I thought, maybe that is not what gives you everlasting joy. That's what made me sell my car and my clothes and abandon, you know, that lifestyle. क्योंकि मुझे उसमें जो खुशी मैं चाहता हूँ, वो मुझे उसमें नहीं मिला. उस सबको मैंने spiritual world त्याग दी. Okay, and I came back to my monastery. It's not like I don't own things. I do own things. Okay, I have a good watch, I have a good mala, I have a decent sunglasses in my pocket. Yeah, but I know they're impermanent. I know they will break one day. I know that they will not bring me everlasting happiness. I should not look for happiness either in people or in objects. I should look for happiness within myself. That's what I call spontaneously arising happiness. Yeah, spontaneously arising happiness. खुशी जो अपने आप आती है, जिसके लिए वेन्यू की जरूरत नहीं है, जिसके लिए डीजे की जरूरत नहीं है, जिसके लिए फैंसी शॉपिंग, you know, you don't have to go to what DLF Emporio, you don't need a Mercedes, you don't need a, you know, Michelin food. जिसके लिए अगर आपके पास सूखा रोटी भी होता ना, you're fine. You go to a Michelin restaurant, you eat a nice food, you're fine. You drive in a Maybach. अभी शायद मैंने एक Maybach को देखा था, काला वाला, है ना, black one we saw the way. You saw beautiful Mercedes S-Class Maybach, you're fine. You go in an auto rickshaw, you're fine. You're in this Alishan bungalow, जैसे हम चाय पी रहे थे सर, मेजर सर के साथ, या we had such a lovely time in the other building. It was so beautiful. You're fine. Or whether you're in my small apartment in Hussain Kunj, आपके स्कूल के बगल में, जब मैं जिम जाता हूँ तो रोज मैं देखता हूँ. आपका जो पहला स्कूल था GD Goenka, वो मैं उस वक्त से I remembered GD Goenka. That's why I was so happy to be part of here. Again, thank you very much for having me here today. So, even if in a small room, my room is very small, maybe 8 by 12, it's a very small room. You're fine. तो खुशी अपने अंदर होती है, and it's such a good feeling. You can't stop smiling. You can't start seeing the world in a positive light. You see positivity everywhere. You don't see the negativity. Even if he sees suffering, it inspires you. It doesn't depresses you. It's a very weird way of seeing the world. आपका नजरिया बदल जाता है. That is a thing that I discovered after seeing all these highs and coming back to my monastery, coming back to my lineage, coming back to my practices and meditation. And as we progress, before we finish, I'm going to teach everyone a very simple meditation. 10-15 मिनट के लिए करेंगे. अभी शायद हमारे पास अब तो मुझे समय मिलना चाहिए because I emptied my schedule for the day. मैं तो यहाँ पर शाम तक पैसे बैठ सकता हूँ. I'm very happy to be here. This is really a big pleasure, and also allows me to accumulate good karma by meeting, such lovely people. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for that. So from a spiritual perspective, what are the values and teachings that maybe we all can impart to the students and to each other with our colleagues?
I would maybe, there's so much to share. तो कल से मैं सोच रहा था, trying to go back to the teachings of the masters of the past. जैसे the tradition of Buddhism that we follow, it comes from Nalanda University. तो अपने देश का ही है, Sanskrit based. Yeah, there are different flavors of Buddhism. Buddhism traveled great many distances. यहाँ से अफगानिस्तान तक गए, यहाँ से पाकिस्तान तक भी गए. पाकिस्तान में अभी तक भी like if people dig foundations, they find big statues of Buddha. अफगानिस्तान में अभी भी they're finding, है ना, वो लोग they're finding temples and whatnot. Like the half of the known world, the Buddha has such a big impact. So there are different traditions. The tradition that we follow and the tradition that I want to bring my nation. I'm a very proud Indian. I love my country. अब विदेश जाना मैंने छोड़ दिया है. I love traveling within our country. तो बॉम्बे जाते रहता हूँ. बॉम्बे भी जाते रहता हूँ, कुछ यूट्यूब करता हूँ, कुछ पॉडकास्ट करता हूँ, कुछ इंटरव्यूज करता हूँ, पुणे भी जाता हूँ, कुछ टेड का टॉक देता हूँ. I like traveling within my country, and I want to get back to our roots, which is us from Nalanda University, Sanskrit based. So there's so many teachings, and I was racking my brain कि मैं कौन से teaching share करूँ. None of them are irrelevant. That's the beauty of Buddhism. Buddhism, ma'am, I think is, first of all, it's not a religion. It's not a religion. It is a philosophical way of life. एक जिंदगी जीने का तरीका होता है, शांतिपूर्वक, खुशीपूर्वक, in the pursuit of complete happiness, enlightenment. That is basically Buddhism in a nutshell. Of course, उसको approach करने का तरीका अलग-अलग होता है. But then, there's so many teachings to be shared. जैसे अभी देखिए 2500 साल हो चुके हैं, but the Buddha's teachings are still relevant. So Buddhism, I see it as water. पानी की तरह मुझे दिखता है. किसी भी आप वेसल में डाल दो, वो उसका शेप ले लेता है. That is why Buddhism is practiced in so many different flavors. जैसे हम कल बात कर रहे थे निशिरन की, नमयोहरन ये क्यों, that is very prevalent. लोटस सूत्र के ऊपर based है. अभी मेट्रोस में बहुत ही prevalent है. Beautiful teaching of Buddhas, And at the same time, you have go to Sri Lanka, Thailand. उनका बिल्कुल different outlook होता है. So Buddhism is practiced differently. So I was thinking, कौन सा teaching share करूँ? One teaching that really helped me in my life, out of so much, is this very simple teaching about letting go. Because letting go का आजकल सबको बहुत ही problem हो रहा है. चाहे financial loss हो, चाहे relationship हो, especially people are becoming very sensitive and people are becoming very discardable. Like we're becoming so redundant. We're just becoming like आज इसके साथ हो, कल उसके साथ हो. Like we're just becoming like objects. तो लोगों का जो emotions में कोई value नहीं है. तो one teaching that really helped me in my own life was this teaching by Shantideva, 8th century Nalanda University great master, enlightened me. He said, if you have a problem, I will share some of these kind of stories. If you have a problem and there is a solution, why worry, right? क्योंकि आपके पास solution है, ठीक है. And if you have a problem, there is no solution whatsoever, why worry? Because there's nothing you can do. It's such a simple teaching, but applied in a practical way, it makes so much sense. जैसे कोविड हुआ था, ठीक है, कोविड हुआ था, क्या कर सकते थे? कुछ नहीं. You couldn't do anything. There was no vaccine. You couldn't prevent. सबने किया social distancing, but if there is one culture that is not built for social distancing, it's us Indians. No, we love to touch, we love to hug, we love to share and eat, and किसी को खिलाना पिलाना. So we couldn't do social distancing, and we didn't know how to handle with this. So what to do? जब COVID आया, I also got COVID. I almost died. Seriously, I was very serious. But then, what could you do? I tried my best to मास्क पे पहना, दो मास्क पहना, या लद्दाख में तो नेचुरली सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग इनबिल्ट है क्योंकि सबके घर बहुत बहुत दूर होते हैं. इफ यू हैव एवर बीन टू लद्दाख यू विल सी सैनिटाइजर लगा के तो हाथ छिल गए, एक दो बार तो हाथ में शायद आग भी लग गई थी बिकॉज ऑफ द अल्कोहल कंटेंट. तो व्हाट टू डू, so you try your best. If you have a problem and there is a solution, don't worry because there is a solution. Remember this teaching. And if you have a problem, and if you, despite trying your best, there is no solution, then don't worry, just move on. That's one teaching that I would like to share. Another teaching I can share is that of compassion, is that of using the two eyes of love and compassion, loving kindness and compassion, Maitreya and Karuna in Sanskrit. So Karuna is known as compassion in English, and basically compassion is not that कि like oh मेरा छोटा बच्चा और doggy को ये हो गया. It's not only that. It's not just an emotional reaction that you have to an unfortunate incident. Compassion is the complete understanding of the suffering of a person or a being. You have to understand that person's suffering. You have to understand that dogs or cows or whatever कोई भी जीव जंतु हो, उसका suffering को आपको समझना, to understand, to generate that understanding is compassion. Love is to wish happiness for somebody or for something. So if you apply these two methods of understanding people's suffering and praying for the removal, so that they will be separated from suffering and for them to be happy instead. If you use these two teachings of Karuna and Maitreya, your life becomes so joyful to live. And also having a non-judgmental outlook on the world. We Indians, we try to be inclusive. Okay, we are a very diverse country, very diverse culture, and the most populated right now. इतनी diversity है, and we try to be inclusive, but then वो होता नहीं ना. We have थोड़ा सा judgment होता है. ये लोग, वो लोग, ये society, वो society. जैसे कोविड के टाइम पे क्या हुआ था? I was in Vasantpur. No, I was actually, I don't remember where it was. साकेत में कहीं था शायद. कुछ बैंक का कुछ काम था, ठीक है? And I was looking for my bank branch. तो वहाँ पर मैंने काम कर लिया, मैंने काम निपटा लिया. तो sometimes what I do when I roam in the cities, I don't always wear the robes, ठीक है? I sometimes wear casual clothes, track pants, just a t-shirt, put a mask, a big cap. Because हर जगह जाते ऐसे हैं, तो people like some people they keep bothering, आप कहाँ से? You Chinese, Japanese, every time. जब पिछली बार गया था जयपुर, they like Chinese, बोल हाँ मैं Chinese हूँ. मैं वो लद्दाख वाला चाइनीज हूँ, मैं दिल्ली वाला चाइनीज हूँ, मैं चाय और समोसे और पकौड़े वाला चाइनीज हूँ. और यार ये तो हिंदी बहुत अच्छा बोल लेते हैं, तो अपना भाई है. हाँ तो फिर बोला, all countries so diverse. Just because I have small eyes doesn't mean I'm Chinese or Japanese. Japan, no, Ladakh. So I face this a lot. So I wear casual clothes. तो एक बार क्या हुआ था? I was very hungry जब मैं बैंक का काम खत्म किया. I was wearing some army का जो वो होता है pants. I love the army and I always like to wear army का जो fatigue होता है वो पहना था, army का clothes, pants, t-shirt पहना था, cap पहना था, एक mask लगाया था. तो मैं एक बंदा था वहाँ पे मोमो बेच रहा था. उस वक्त कोविड रिस्ट्रिक्शन खत्म हो चुके थे बस जस्ट. तो मैंने कहा भैया मोमो दे दो, वेज मोमो, 1 वेज मोमो 1 चीज़ मोमो. आई वाज वेरी हंग्री. तो फिर वो मुझे देख रहा था, मुझे देखते देखते प्लेट पे मोमो डाला. उसने भी मास्क नहीं थी, आधी सड़ा हुआ मास्क, मेरा मास्क तो ठीक ठाक था. ही वाज पुटिंग द मोमोज ऑन द प्लेट एंड ही वाज लाइक जस्ट लुकिंग एट मी, से नेपाली हो? एंड आई वाज लाइक नहीं क्यों, लगते हो. He said to me, a little bit offended. I mean, not all the Chinkies or small-eyed people are Nepalis, no. So I said like, I'm not, and he said, लगते हो. Then I said, भैया लगते तो आपको बहुत कुछ हो, मैंने आपको कुछ कहा. आप मुझे मोमोज दे दो, मुझे चल के बनाओ. तो कहाँ से हो? तो मैंने कहा मैं लद्दाख से हो, ये हूँ. So I always try to tell people not to judge based on appearance or culture or whatever, जी.
So you spoke about, looking at everyone from the eyes of love and compassion. When we're dealing with really young children, are there any stories or any narratives that we can actually, share with them for them to understand what that is?
My teacher was very strict, so I can't tell you about my childhood. It is full of trauma, trust me. आपने शायद कुंफू की मूवीज देखे होंगे, शाओलिन की, जो छोटे छोटे गंजे बच्चे होते हैं, उनके पैर पकड़ के स्ट्रेचिंग किया जाता है, मारा पीटा जाता है, पता नहीं पानी लेना होता है, सूखा चावल खाना होता है. So my lifestyle was pretty much like that. My upbringing. My teacher was very strict. He was from Eastern Tibet, and they are called Khampas, the warriors. जैसे अपने पंजाब में है ना, so that kind of tribe, they carry swords. Even the monks carry small swords. It's part of their culture. So I had a very strict upbringing. 8-9 साल तो like my head was a dindora, you know. He used to beat me every single day. अभी देखिए यहाँ पर अभी भी marks है, देखिए, है ना? Seriously, he used to beat me every day. And my mother said, why do you beat him every day? And I said, to instill discipline. I was also very badass when I was young. तो मैं क्या करता था जब मैं पढ़ता था अपने जो स्क्रिप्चर्स, तो बेड के ऊपर बैठता था और स्क्रिप्चर्स को तो हम तकिए के ऊपर रखते हैं आउट ऑफ रिस्पेक्ट, नो. तो उसके नीचे सड़क के एक चाचा चौधरी की कॉमिक्स थी, हिंदी में नहीं, चाचा चौधरी से सीखी एक्चुअली. नो, आई एम सीरियस. चाचा चौधरी, नागराज, परमाणु, बांकीलाल, यू नो, अमर चित्रकथा, या और हिंदी में वही से सीखी है. तो जैसे फौलादी सिंह था, यू नो, आई डिडंट नो हाउ टू रीड प्रॉपर्ली, सो आई वाज जस्ट I used to call him Foldy Singh. Yeah, I didn't know how to read properly, but I learned Hindi, and I used to put my comic under the ticket. English तो मैंने Tintin और Archie और Asterix से सीखी है. So I pretty much self-taught myself, you know, English and Hindi. तो बचपन में तो like teacher used to beat me a lot every time I used to see comic books. तो उसका तो कुछ अच्छा उदाहरण मैं आपको दे नहीं सकता हूँ. लेकिन अभी जब मैं बच्चों से मिलता हूँ, ठीक है, लद्दाख में क्या होता है सर, मैम, लद्दाख में so people come to visit me. They come every day with different kinds of problems. बच्चों को लेकर problems कि मेरा बच्चा शायद कुछ ड्रग्स कर रहा है, मेरा बच्चा बहुत ही you know पढ़ नहीं रहा है, लिख नहीं रहा है, मेरा बच्चा लाइक पहले ठीक था, अभी बहुत ही शैतान हो चुका है, प्लीज़ उसको समझाओ गुरुजी. या तो कोई कपल आ जाता है शादीशुदा, कहता है कि ये मुझे हमेशा झिकझिक करते रहते, मेरा दिमाग खराब हो जाता है, you know, ये घर को 10 बजे तक नहीं आता है, 12 बजे तक नहीं आता है, एंड आई एम सिटिंग देयर लाइक ए मैरिज काउंसलर. भैया देखो, मैं गुरु हूँ, कोई मैरिज काउंसलर नहीं हो. आपको शायद एड्रेस गलत, यू नो, लाइक, हाँ आप सही जगह आए हो ना, हाँ हाँ, कोई मंत्र शंत्र दे दो ताकि सब कुछ ठीक हो जाए. मैंने कहा भैया सब कुछ मंत्र शंत्र से नहीं होता है, यू नो, समझ नहीं आनी चाहिए. सो आई ट्राई टू अपील टू देयर इंटेलिजेंस. या सो आई डू द सेम थिंग विद किड्स. तो बच्चों को मैं क्या करता हूँ, वो बड़े आते हैं चिंगम खा के, बाल ऐसे करके, यू नो, लूज सा पैंट पहन के, नॉट इवन वेयरिंग द ट्रेडिशनल क्लोथ्स ऑफ लद्दाख, यू नो, जैसे ये पहन रहा है, सोनम पहन रहा है ना, दैट इज द ट्रेडिशनल क्लोथ्स ऑफ लद्दाख. सोनम, कैन यू स्टैंड अप? थैंक यू. Come here, a little bit to the front. This is a traditional dress of Ladakh, yeah. So it's my colleague Sonam, and I don't know where to give you this. Please have a seat. Yeah. So this is the traditional clothes of Ladakh. So जब गुरुजी से मिल जाते हैं, like we wear sari and all this, you know, when you go to Goenka temple. So the boys are like wearing jeans and you know chewing gum खा के, पता नहीं बाल को यहाँ पीला, यहाँ नीला, यहाँ you know गीला सब कुछ करके आते हैं, तो chewing gum खा के आते हैं. तो I don't say anything. मैं क्या कहता हूँ, I try to, because kids these days they're very intelligent. तो अभी क्या हो रहा है ना, in my opinion they mature much faster, क्योंकि उनको जो information हमें 20 साल के बाद मिलता है वो उनको 10 साल से पहले मिल जाता है. तो हमारा जो एडल्ट का जो समस्याएं हैं वो बच्चों में 10 साल के बाद उनमें आने शुरू हो जाते हैं. Our generation is kind of the thought process has gone back 10 years. So the maturity is really at a very early age. तो बच्चों में like they have the same issues that we adults have. तो थोड़ा सा if you talk to them in a good way, in a respectful way, to make them understand they have this capacity. तो मैं कहता हूँ बेटा तू तो बहुत ही अच्छा दिख रहा है, जूते बहुत अच्छे पहने, कितने के लिए? 2000 रुपये के. किसने दिए पैसे? पापा ने. बहुत अच्छी बात है. अंदर सॉक्स तो पहना होगा, सॉक्स का कितना दिया? 150 रुपया. किसने लिए? मामा ने. हाँ, अंदर तूने पैंट्स पहना है, या पैंट्स के अंदर तूने अंडरवेयर भी पहना होगा, गंजी भी पहना होगा. सीरियसली, यू हैव टू मेक देम अंडरस्टैंड. किसने दिया? पापा ने. टी-शर्ट का पैसा किसने दिया? मामा ने. बाल काटने के पैसे किसने? पापा ने. है ना, मोबाइल है, बहुत अच्छे मोबाइल है, आईफोन है, पैसा किसने दिया? पापा ने. रिचार्ज का पैसा किसने दिया? मामा ने. है ना, बर्थडे अटेंड किया होगा किसी फ्रेंड्स का, बर्थडे पार्टी में जाते होंगे, मौज मस्ती करते होंगे. हाँ, पैसे किसने दिए? केक खरीदने के, गिफ्ट खरीदने के पैसे किसने दिए? किसने तुझे पाला पोसा? तू यहाँ पर सांस कैसे ले रहा भाई? माँ के गोद की वजह से, है ना, माँ की दूध की वजह से, यू नो, पिताजी के आशीर्वाद की वजह से, Because of the struggles of the father and the blessings of the mother, you are here. So you try to make them understand. तो मैं कहता हूँ कल से सुबह तू जब उठेगा, when you get up in the morning, when you brush तो छोड़ो, जब ध्यान आ जाए, when you are awake, पहली जो सांस लेते हो, पापा मामा, ब्रश करते हो ना, ब्रश भी किसने लिया भाई? पापा ने। टूथपेस्ट का पैसा किसने? मामा ने। दांत को सड़ने देना नहीं चाहिए, आप दातुन करते हो, पापा मामा। फेस वॉश का पैसा, पापा मामा। सुंदर दिखने के लिए क्रीम लगाते हो, मॉइस्चराइजर लगाते हो, सनस्क्रीन लगाते हो, पापा मामा, है ना? परफ्यूम लगाते हो, पापा मामा। So I try to make them aware in that way. That usually works, especially if you try to make them a bit emotional about the contribution of their parents. They break down, trust me, and I've managed to save a lot of kids like that. So I don't know if that can be applied in a similar way in the environment here. Why not? Because अपने ही तो बच्चे हैं ना, कोई मतलब बाहर के देश का बच्चे तो ही नहीं। जैसे मैं यूरोप में जब था, oh my God, those kids you cannot teach them anything. बहुत ही शैतान like literally evil. तो कम से कम देश के बच्चे उतने तो लिए हैं।
Thank you. So you said something about the mantras. So in Delhi, as what we all hear is Namyo Renge Kyo. I think a lot of people are aware of that. So what is the mantra that you follow, and what does that mean?
So we chant different kinds of mantras, and mantras have different power, blessing, purpose. And there are some universal mantras. Usually you associate a mantra with a deity, like a dev or a devi. Jesse, the most universal mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum, that you see is the Tachupa, Om Mani Padme, Tachupa. आपने शायद गाड़ियों के बीच में देखा होगा पीछे, if this is universal now, बाइक के आगे तो देखा होगा, I think I gave you one yesterday, है ना? So is this mantra, yeah? Om Mani Padme Hum, each पे song, each पे song. Thank you. Yeah. So this is a mantra of Buddha or Bhagwan Avalokiteshwar. It's a very universal mantra, and you see this. Yeah, and you see this everywhere. Okay, there's a repetition, I think. Yeah, this is a mantra of Avalokiteshwar. तो जहाँ से blue से लेके yellow तक एक मंत्र है, इसको repeat किया हो 2 बार, ठीक है? So this is a mantra of Avalokiteshwar. Thank you. That's a universal mantra. That's one mantra that I would like to share today with you. I will give you the initiation of the mantra. You have to repeat after me 3 times. Then you will get the blessings that has been unbroken in our lineage since 2500 years from Buddha himself. We have this unbroken lineage of recitation and hearing. Yeah. So it's the mantra of Avalokiteshwar. This mantra, Om is body, speech and mind. जिसे हम Om कहते हैं ना, it's actually not the right pronunciation. It is Om. Auma, body, speech and mind. Our impure body, speech and mind. To purify it, money. Money is, well, jewel, and a wish fulfilling jewel. Money is a Sanskrit word. Money, not the money, right? वो भी कह सकते हो, money कह सकते हो, but it is the money, jewel. Money. So money is like a wish fulfilling jewel representing compassion, you can say. And then Padme. Padma is a lotus flower. Padme. Padma के अंदर लिपटा हुआ. तो Padme के अंदर लिपटे हुए मणि को मेरा प्रणाम. That's the basic meaning of the mantra. But the functioning or the blessing of the mantra is that by reciting Om Mani, you will be able to practice compassion at its true level. And Padma, you will get the wisdom of the Buddhas. Hum ka matlab ki the transformation. So you're transforming your impure body, speech and mind, which has no compassion and no wisdom, or has conventional compassion and conventional wisdom, into transcendental compassion and transcendental wisdom. Om Mani Padme Hum. So this is a very powerful mantra. And also by chanting, it has 6 syllables. Om Mani Padme Hum. From the 6 syllables, you will not be born in samsara, which has the 6 loks. You have Narak, Pret, Jeev Jantu. Then you have Manushya, Asur and Dev. So the 6 realms. So you will be free from samsara, from the cycle of rebirth. So that is the mantra that I would like to. Then you have like Matara ka mantra, Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Swaha. I myself I worship Matara. I see my mother as Matara. I'm blessed by my mother, whom I'm really close with. My sister also, my biological sister, or blessed by my mother and my sister. I see them as Tara, and yeah, I chant to Tara all the time. I just कल जैसे सुनील ग्रोवर जी आए थे, such a lovely time. No, I'm a big fan of him also. बुद्धि को देख I know half of his dialogues. I actually like his Piddu wala jo character है, Piddu की रुबानी. That is a very funny and it was such a great joy to meet him yesterday. So when I presented him that painting, there was a Tara, Ma Tara Kaya. But today I would like to, after whenever you think is suitable, I would like to share the mantra of Avalokiteshwar, teach a very simple meditation, and then we can chant the mantra later.
So maybe we can open the floor to questions first, and then we can do the chanting.
With your permission, His Eminence, we have previous audience to ask you questions. Yes, ma'am. Can we have the mic, please?
It's there on that end. Where is it?
Good morning, sir. In your wisdom and teachings, how do you perceive the role of mindfulness or meditation in fostering a conducive learning environment for the students in school? Meditation and mindfulness.
What's your good name, ma'am?
My name is Apurva and I am from GD Goenka, Indirapuram.
Nice to meet you, Apurva, ma'am.
Same here.
Such a relatable question, and the answer would be that in the same way that mindfulness or meditation was taught to us by our Gurujis and in our monasteries, and how it helped us to calm our mind. And when you have a calm mind, you see things clearly. जैसे अभी देखिए ये ग्लास जो है इसमें पानी है ना, अभी इसके अंदर शायद थोड़ा सा मिट्टी, ठीक है, धूल मिट्टी. अगर इसको मैं शेक करता हूँ तो इसमें क्लैरिटी बिल्कुल नहीं आती है, धुंधला हो जाता है. लेकिन अगर इसको मैं रखता हूँ नीचे, फिर ये थोड़ा सेटल हो जाता है, क्लैरिटी आ जाती है. लेकिन डस्ट तो अंदर है ही है, लेकिन वो उतना धुंधला नहीं होता है. It will be much more clear. That's what happens with our mind when we meditate. So first thing is sitting down. First thing is sitting down, and then you concentrate on something. ठीक है, जैसे mindfulness में तो you concentrate on the tip of your toes, sensations of your body. तो अनेक तरह के meditation के रूप होते हैं. But you can also chant a mantra, or you can listen to the chanting of a mantra. अब मैं mantra meditation इसलिए करता हूँ क्योंकि instead of just concentrating on something mundane as the sensation of your body, which is universal, but there is no blessing to it. मंत्र में वो transformational blessings होते हैं. Okay, just the recitation of the mantra, even if you don't keep thinking about the meaning, अगर उसका अर्थ आपको मालूम भी नहीं है, just the recitation, it's like fire and heat. आपको फायर और हीट के बारे में समझने की जरूरत नहीं है ताकि आप उसका फायदा ले सकें. एक बिल्ली को भी मालूम है कि अगर यहाँ पर एक बुखारी चल रहा है, हीटर है, वहाँ से हीट आ रही है, तो you know, some things are just universal. पेड़ पौधों को भी मालूम है कि धूप क्या चीज है. You understand? So mantras also have that, even if you don't understand the meaning, just by chanting it, vibrations create a transformative thing in you. तो मैं यही कहूँगा, the mantra that I will share, you can try it yourself. You sit down and you chant the mantra in your mind. You chant it normally, but without verbalizing it. You can chant Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, ठीक है? Or you can chant in a group with a nice singing. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. You know, you can listen on YouTube. वहाँ पर भी बहुत सारे Om Mani Padme के मंत्र हैं. That is so transformative. So the kind of Buddhism that we follow, we focus on transformation. Quick, jaldi. We kind of don't try to waste our time with too many, mundane activities. We try to jaldi transform करने की कोशिश करते हैं. और वो transformation 1-2 साल में आ जाता है. So that is one thing. And then उसके बाद क्या होता है मैम, अपने अंदर से परिवर्तन आता है. आपको पता नहीं चलता है कि कब आपने धैर्य ज़्यादा बढ़ गया है, कब आपको गुस्सा कम आने लगता है, कब आपको जलन कम और रिजॉइसिंग ज़्यादा आता है. किसी की, अब ऐसा है ना सोसाइटी में, किसी की तरक्की हो रही है, बगल वाले ने मर्सिडीज ले ली, आपको जलन आता है. That will be replaced by rejoicing. I'm so happy for that person. You got a Mercedes. I'm so happy for you. Like genuinely. What you genuinely. You understand? So jealousy gets replaced by rejoicing. Anger gets replaced by compassion. You know, hatred gets replaced by love. Yeah, and the disturbed mind gets replaced by calm, peaceful mind. तो ये मेडिटेशन से होता है. बच्चों को भी सिखा सकते हैं, क्यों नहीं सिखा सकते हैं? एंड बच्चे तो और भी ज़्यादा हमसे ज़्यादा कर लेते हैं. You know, only distraction I think they have is mobile phones. तो उसको थोड़ा लॉक करके रखिए, कोई पासवर्ड और डाल दीजिए, नहीं तो yeah, it's just easy.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, sir. I am Harshita and Rai from GDGS Sultanpur. I have a question. In your perspective, what role do you believe ethical education or moral value play in shaping the character, behavior and overall development of the student within the school meetings?
That is again a very relevant, very important question you asked. अभी देखिए जैसे लद्दाख में क्या होता है, A for apple तो ठीक है, B for ball भी ठीक है, लेकिन F for fan का कोई मतलब नहीं है, क्योंकि वहाँ पंखा चलाने की ज़रूरत नहीं होती है. You know, so in Ladakh, the kind of education that we focus on, yeah, the kind of education that we try to give, besides the school curriculum, in the homes and in the villages, are the ethical and the moral education. So बचपन से हम बच्चों को सिखाते हैं कि जैसे आप खुशी चाहते हैं, तो ये जीव जंतु भी खुशी चाहते हैं. जैसे मैं खुशी चाहता हूँ, आप भी खुशी चाहते हैं. तो you kind of create that bridge of empathy in a child. बचपन से, it's not a wrong thing, it's a good thing. Yeah. So that creates this, opens up the child's heart. So the child learns how to see the world not through only his eyes or her eyes, but through the heart. जब हम आंखों से दुनिया को देखते हैं, तो दुनिया छोटी नजर आती है. आपको तो शायद बड़ी नजर, मुझे तो और भी ज्यादा छोटी नजर आती है. यार आंखें छोटी है तो पूरा ऐसा पतला सा, मेरी आंखें तो और भी ज्यादा छोटी है. You know, even in my own society, like I have even smaller eyes. Even my own friends, you know, from the same ethnicity, वो मुझे कभी भी टीज करते हैं, छोटी आंखें छोटी आंख वाले. You know, so if you look at the world with the eyes, you see only appearances. If you look at the world through your heart, you not only see the appearance, you see how the world functions. Yeah, दिखता कुछ और है, होता कुछ और है ना. तो आपको दुनिया एक अलग नजरिए से देख सकते हो. And you see happiness, suffering doesn't depress you, it inspires you. Buddha himself, when he became enlightened, okay, what happened basically? He was born in a palace. He was a Rajkumar, right? And then he was endowed with lots of, you know, luxury. है ना? His father was very paranoid कि ये कहीं भाग ना जाए, कहीं महापुरुष ना बन जाए. He had to become a chakravarti. He had to become a universal king. So that was the aim of the father. His father, the king. बाद में बुद्ध ने क्या किया? Because of our good karma, he wanted to get out of the palace. And then he saw an old person, he saw a dead person, he saw a sick person, and then he saw a monk, you know, sitting in there. That inspired him. And after that, he went through so many hardships. 6 years, he drank one drop of water and one grain of, you know, food. That's all he took. And even after that, he eventually got enlightened. So जब वो बुद्ध बने, the first teaching he gave was in Varanasi, Sarnath. He traveled for like 3-4 months. He reached Sarnath, and he gave the first teaching. And the first teaching was what? It wasn't something so joyous. अगर आपको कल $1 अरब का लॉटरी लग जाता, तो first news you will give like सबको मेरी तरफ से पार्टी, right? सबको मेरी तरफ से पार्टी, सबको मेरी तरफ से एक अच्छा iPhone or some Apple Watch or something, है ना? सबको मेरी तरफ से रेबान का चश्मा. It will be like a good news, no? The Buddha also should have given a good news. The first teaching should not be depressive, but the first teaching he gave was the truth of suffering. And that is very unique, no? You just made the greatest discovery known to mankind: enlightenment, transcendental wisdom, for which he suffered for so many eons. And then the first teaching he gave was about suffering, the nature of suffering, the truth of suffering, the reality of suffering. And it was because of suffering that he got inspired. Because of suffering, he got inspired to become a better person. So suffering is not something we should reject. Suffering is something that you can actually get inspired from. मैं भी अपने ज़िंदगी में जितने भी मैंने दुख सहे हैं, it inspires me to make other people happy. कि जिस दुख से मैं गुजरा हूँ, I don't want people to go through the same suffering. Yeah, that inspires me to look for happiness in the right place. जैसे राधिका मैम ने पूछा था, why did you give up the cars and everything? Because I could not find transcendental happiness, spontaneously arising happiness in materialistic stuff. Because they were all compounded phenomena, all impermanent. आए थे और चले गए, एक याद बन के रह गया है. और जो भी खुशी मुझे है, वो मेरे अंदर से है. That is something I'm enjoying. This happiness is because of spirituality. So yeah, you can, it's, sorry for the long answer.
Guruji, namaste. This is Parshuram from Bangalore. You told about abandoning material life. Maybe I'll get inspired and tomorrow go and tell my family that I want to abandon material life. बीवी बोलेगी मुझे DLF में फ्लैट दे दो, लड़का बोलेगा GD गोएंका में एडमिशन दिला दो, फिर you can do whatever you want. But उसी माया जाल में मैं फंस जाऊँगा. So my question is, still leading the family life, how can we abandon the material life?
आपको है ना, you are halfway there. आपका हेड ना थोड़ा मेरी तरह लग रहा है. आपको बस केवल ये लाल कपड़ा पहनना है, ये सेट एक दो सेट पड़ा हुआ है. इसका मैं उतार के आपको दे दूँगा, ठीक है? आप लोग बहुत चेंज करके आ सकते हैं. But sir, it's not about त्यागना जो होता है, renunciation, जिसको हम त्यागना कहते हैं. It is not about giving up your stuff. That is one very wrong perception people have. That is why people kind of get a little bit scared of spirituality. अरे यार तो मुझे फिर नॉनवेज को त्यागना पड़ेगा, अल्कोहल को त्यागना पड़ेगा, पार्टी शार्टी त्यागना पड़ेगा, गुच्ची आरमाने बेचना पड़ेगा, तब तो मैं फिर अरे यार अभी तो मैं गुरुजी के साथ तो मैं पहाड़ में रह नहीं सकता हूँ, मुझे घंटों ऐसे बैठना पड़ेगा. No, it's not about that. त्यागना is more about, to be honest with you, understanding what happiness really is, what is spirituality, understanding how things are, and then just making small changes in your life. जैसे मैं आपको ये कभी नहीं कहूँगा, आप अपने बीवी को छोड़ दीजिए, बच्चे को छोड़ दीजिए, बीवी को फ्लैट मत दिलाइए, बच्चे को GD गोएंका में एडमिशन मत दिलाइए, मैं कभी नहीं कहूँगा. You do that, but every day, out of the 24 hours, it's a lot, no? 24 hours बहुत ज़्यादा होते हैं सर. एक दो घंटा तुम बस वहीं पर स्क्रॉल करते करते फीड को देखते देखते है ना. मैं भी कभी भी I also get stuck in there. I'm so sorry. The algorithms are very powerful here. Seriously, I'm a big fan of football. Manchester United. तो अभी एक दो दिन पहले Manchester United won against Aston Villa. We came back from 2 goals down. 3-2 we won. I was so happy. तो मैं Facebook में ऐसे YouTube में फीड देखते गया तो Manchester United की न्यूज़ आते चले गए. तो ऐसा करते करते एक दो घंटे तो you waste. तो उन एक दो घंटों में you can read a book of spirituality. जैसे दलाई लामा जी की बुक्स हैं, full of inspirational teachings. He lost his country. He lost his people. He had to take sharan in another country. Thankfully ours. We are blessed by his presence. And he spread the teachings of Buddhism all around the world. Right now he is one of the most important spiritual figures in the whole world. And we are lucky to host him. So you can read a book about from Dalai Lama and get inspired by him. You can sit down and you can chant Om Mani Padme Hum Ko mantra for 10 minutes. That will create a small transformation. एक दिन में सब कुछ वो नहीं होगा. तो कल को ऐसा नहीं है कि अगले साल if I get the good chance of coming, ऐसे नहीं कि रिम्पोचे पिछले साल आपने मुझे मंत्र दिया था, लेकिन मुझे तो गाड़ी वाड़ी नहीं मिली, मेरा मन तो अभी भी भटक रहा है. But you have to apply it every day, sir. जैसे हम कार्डियो करते हैं, ठीक है? I like to work out. मैं जिम में जाता हूँ. तो जैसे वर्कआउट करते हैं, ट्रेडमिल पे दौड़ते हैं. पहले दिन तो शायद maybe you can run for like 10 minutes, okay, 5 minutes. But दिन by दिन you add one minute and you build your resistance. Your cardiovascular health improves. उसी तरह माइंड का भी रेजिस्टेंस होता है. Our mind is not used to sitting down. Our mind freaks out when you sit down in a place for more than 10 minutes. If the mind is full of distractions, आपको पता नहीं चलता है कि इस समय कहाँ चला गया अपराधी का माइंड. जैसे आप मूवी देखने जाते हैं, ठीक है? तो मूवी देखने जाते हैं तो कितना 2-3 घंटे तो होता ही अपना बॉलीवुड का मूवी. आपको पता नहीं चलता कि 2-3 घंटे कैसे चले गए. लेकिन अगर मैं आपको एक बंद कमरे में, डार्क बंद कमरे में रखूं, ठंडे कमरे में 5 मिनट के लिए, आपको वो 5 घंटों जैसे लगेंगे. Mind is not used to that. And I'm not saying like that is how you should meditate. It's just that the mind is very powerful, sir. जब आपको अपनी बीवी से प्यार हुआ पहली बार, Yeah, I hope you fell in love. It was arranged or love marriage? Arranged marriage. Okay, maybe you fell in love afterwards. But then when she said to you, I love you, and you said to her, I love you, your heart becomes so full of happiness when you first grab your child's hand. और छोटे छोटे उंगलियों ने जब आपका उंगली पकड़ा, you feel like कि आपके नीचे से जमीन सरक गई. You understand? You're so happy. And it's not like it is a hand that gave you 1 crore or something. It is the power of your mind. Your mind is so powerful. It can create the sensation of the whole earth, getting out of underneath your feet. And at the same time, tomorrow the same boy or the same wife says something negative to you. I don't like you. You're whatever, this and that. आपको मन में टूट जाता है. The power of the mind is incredible. And you can use the power of the mind for your own benefit. But you have to do little bit of meditation every single day. Resistance को बढ़ाते जाओ. तो अगर marriage ऐसा कोई naughty boy when I was young, if I could be where I am today with less negative thoughts, more happiness, you can do it much better because you have seen more than me, in life. So please, you have to do it every day. आपको बिल्कुल होगा. Yeah? And by looking at the smile on your face, I think you're primed for it. Really. Yeah, good vibes coming from there. And I love Bangalore, a beautiful city. Thank you. Thank you.
Namaskar, sir. I'm Ritu Singh from Panipat branch. My question is, in your teachings, how do you believe school can integrate mindfulness practices or a spiritual principle to nurture emotional well-being and resilience among students, especially in today's fast-paced and stressful academic environment?
वो तो शायद स्कूल की चेयरपर्सन और प्रिंसिपल से बैठ के वहाँ देखना होगा कि कहाँ पर स्केड्यूल में थोड़ा सा टाइम मिलता है. But maybe tours, maybe small tours to the villages, I don't know. Maybe interaction with animals, that is really life-changing. And interaction with people from different backgrounds. That is why these tours to different faraway places of our nation at a young age, it makes the child more mature, ethically and morally. Instead of just giving him or her a book or an iPad and just showing images of like, okay, this is how a cow looks like, this is how a donkey looks like, yeah, this is milk like in the pure form, this is how people talk in Ladakh, this is how people are in Tamil states, in Bangalore or Chennai or whatever, you know what I mean? This is how people are in Rajasthan. So instead of that, making the students meet people from different backgrounds, from different financial backgrounds and everything, and also interaction with animals. I think that really helps a child to open up the heart and become more ethical and more moral, compassionate as well, etc.
Thank you. Namaste, Guruji.
I'm here, I'm Prerna. I represent the family of GD Goenka Sector 14 Gurugram. So I want to ask you one thing. You mentioned that you faced trauma in your life, for example, from your mother or many individuals in your life. I want to know, have you forgiven those people and is forgiveness easy? That is what I'm asking. Thank you.
Sorry. So the biggest trauma I faced was not from my mother, even though she threatens me with trauma. कि अगर ये नहीं करोगे तो तुम्हें ऐसा trauma मैं दिखाऊंगा कि rest of the traumas are nothing. And trust me, she knows how to push my buttons because I'm the closest to her. The biggest trauma I faced was from my tutor when I was young. I was like constantly beaten every day, to instill discipline, and my training was very strict. 24 घंटे से like 12 घंटे तो कम से कम ऐसे बैठना, ध्यान लगाना, चैट करना, गला सूख जाता था. कुछ पानी भी पीना होगा तो I have to ask my teacher. My teacher will sit like there, can I have a glass of water? And he'll be like, yes, okay, not too much, otherwise you have to go to the washroom. Just a sip. तो जब prayers खत्म हो जाते थे, can I have some other chips? I'm very hungry. Okay, just few, just eat this much. He will give to me. Can I have some chocolate? Just only 2 pieces. So this was like not only physical trauma but also mental trauma that I faced with my teacher. Back then I used to think, बड़ा बनूंगा, body छोटी बनाऊंगा, and the first thing I will do is I will give him a good punch. No, seriously, I would envision it, and in my mind I would be so happy thinking of the image of hitting him like, क्या लात मारा है मैंने, I would be thinking of like, coming with a few friends of mine, Dole Shule Banake, just beating him. I'll be so happy. I'll smile. They will keep me going. You know, chehra to suza hota, lekin mind was very happy. And he'd be like, "Kya has nahi kuch nahi, kuch achhi yadein aa gayi," you know. So I thought about that, and I could not forget him. The person who caused me so much trauma, without any, you know, like reason, you know, apparent reason. बाद में पता चला कि he did this not because he hated me, but because he loved me. He loved me so much that even though it was breaking his heart of, you know, disciplining me, because of him now I can sit and I can meditate, like a meditation that we do 3 years and 3 months. 3 साल और 3 महीने एक छोटे कमरे में, man. It's maybe like 10 by 10 in Darjeeling. 3 साल 3 महीने solitary retreat, no interaction with anyone. और वो भी खुद आके, you know, nobody has forced you. And you learn so much about yourself. तो लोग कहते हैं ना जब solitary confinement होती है prisoners की, तो वो कहते हैं कि they learn so much about themselves. You should read from Mike Tyson, the boxer, and how he went to prison and then he was in solitary confinement. Such an aggressive person. He is the what? Baddest man on the planet. No. चेहरे पे tattoo लगाया, सबको मारते फिरता है. But then he himself, such a, you know, aggressive person, learned so much about himself in solitary confinement for 15 days. मैं तो वहाँ 3 साल 3 महीने के लिए था. You learn so much. You think you know yourself. Trust me, you're not even at the surface. There are layers within yourself. ये जो नाम है राधिका, बलगारिन पोचे, आपका शुभ नाम? प्रेरणा. These are the surface area. Yeah? These are so superficial compared to what you discover yourself as a human being, as a being, as a I, as a M. These are such profound questions, primordial questions. So you acquaint yourself at a very deep level. That gives you so much confidence when you know yourself. Abhi hum, in some ways, we don't know ourselves very well. That is why we have these masks, you know, and then we pretend. I don't know, you know, we're so scared of things. But once you get to know yourself at a very deep level. So anyway, my teacher was the one person, and then afterwards I thought like, okay, because of him, I managed to meditate and know myself so much. Now I don't forget him. I think of him with fondness. I love him. He's not with me anymore. He has relocated to America. But yeah, I'm so grateful to him. So letting go, जैसे मैंने कहा, और एक story I would like to share if we have time. Yeah. All right. Okay. After this, we'll go into meditation. Okay. So one story I want to share with you. It's a very profound story that I always tell people. There were 2 monks, tall monk and a short monk. Okay? And in monkhood, there are different kinds of vows you can take. Celibacy vows, which are the highest level of vows. And you cannot even touch a lady, you know, if you're a male. If you're a female, you cannot touch a man. Obviously, non-veg to out of question, alcohol to out of question. So many restrictions on how you behave, how you move, how you think. So there were 2 monks. And tall monk and a short monk, they both had taken celibacy vows. And they were going to another monastery. एक मंदिर की तरफ जा रहे थे. रास्ते में बहुत ही खूबसूरत लड़की थी. ठीक है? A young girl, beautifully dressed. She was going to a function, a wedding or something. And then there was a river. It was slightly flooded until waist. तो उस लड़की ने पूछा, can you please carry me on your back so that I will not spoil my beautiful clothes. You know, मेरा makeup सब खराब ना हो जाए, मेरे कपड़े खराब ना हो जाए. Can you please carry me on my back and deliver me to the other side? The short monk said, no, I cannot. I took the vows. I cannot even look at you. Yeah? And the tall monk said, koi baat nahi. Jump on my back. So the lady jumped on the back of the tall monk and they crossed the river. Okay? And then she went her way, she thanked him, and they went on their way. तो पूरे रास्ते दोनों ने बात नहीं की. छोटे जो the short monk did not say a single word to the tall monk. He was so angry. He was keeping it in. When they reached the monastery, and then he got so angry, he burst. And then he said, how could you touch her? आपको शर्म नहीं आती क्या? I'm going to tell the abbot now. मैं गुरुजी से शिकायत करूँगा. How dare you break your vows? How dare you touch her? He said, अच्छा तो इसीलिए तो like you have been quiet all this while, you know? You see, didn't say a single word. Yes, I'm so upset. How could you, you know, touch her and carry her? And you know what the tall monk said? I only carried her and left her on the other side. You're still carrying her. such a profound teaching. I think it's one of the Zen stories. So inspiring. तो अगर मैं अपने टीचर को जिसने मुझे ट्रॉमा दिया, अगर मैं उसको भूलता नहीं हूँ, माफ नहीं करता हूँ, भूलना तो ठीक है, लेकिन माफ करना और भी ज्यादा अहम बात है. You have to forgive that person. If you don't forgive him, he's still beating me every single day. You're empowering him. You're handing him a stick and you're telling me, "ये लो मेरा son, मुझे मारो." But if you forgive him, you've become the bigger person. Yeah, you've moved on. You've healed. वही होता ना, ये इमोशनल जो स्कार्स है वो हील नहीं होते हैं, तभी हील होते हैं when you let go.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. I'm Said.
Last question, please.
I'm Saida Rubina Parveen from Assam, GD Goenka. So my question is, how can educators integrate meaning, mindful techniques and contemplative practices to support students' emotional well-being and academic performance?
So for that, ma'am, very similar to the questions, couple of questions we have already, Radhika ma'am. So maybe अभी जो meditation अभी हम करेंगे, we also running out of time and we have to respect the schedule. तो अभी जो meditation हम करेंगे, because of the short time that we have, maybe. So the meditation जो अभी हम करने जा रहे हैं, I'll teach it in a very concise way. ठीक है, इसको सीखना आसान है, करना थोड़ा मुश्किल होता है. So you do it and then you see whether it's something that you can teach to the students. Yeah. All right. So without taking up too much time, I would like to request everybody to sit comfortably in your chairs. Keep your back straight. That is the most important part. मैं तो ऐसे बैठता हूँ. Yeah. If you can sit on a gadda, on a floor, it's good. Try to put something under your back, under your butt, so it elevates. Usually what happens when you elevate your butt, your spine becomes more straight. Yeah? If you sit on a chair, usually chairs are designed going backwards. तो थोड़ा सा spine curve हो जाता है. तो मैं कभी-कभी क्या करता हूँ, आप देख लीजिए, अगर आप कोने पे बैठते हैं थोड़ा सा, आगे आके थोड़ा सा सीट के कोने पे बैठते हैं, तो spine थोड़ा सा straight हो जाता है. आप देख लीजिए कौन सा आपको ज़्यादा comfortable लगता है. I'll put a timer on my watch, 5 minutes only, and I will do guided meditation. Okay? केवल आपको हाथ को you can keep on your kneecaps or you can keep in your lap. You can just put it. You take a deep breath. You can close your eyes. Well, don't fall asleep unless you have some hangover from Kalka party. Yeah. ठीक है. The 5 minutes timer is running. Very simple. This is a meditation that you can do anywhere you want. And what you do now, with your eyes closed, breathe naturally. Just focus on your breath. Watch your breath. Be with your breath. Be aware of your breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Ignore the sound of the AC, ignore the creaking of the chairs, ignore any other sound that you're hearing. Focus on your breath. Inhale, exhale. Just be useful. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. आपका मन थोड़ा सा भटकेगा, वापस लाइए. Inhale, exhale. Using the rope of mindfulness, be mindful of your mind wandering or focusing on your breath. If it wanders, using the rope of mindfulness, tie the mad elephant of your mind to your breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. मन भटकेगा, वापस लेके आइए. Please focus for the next 4 minutes. 4 मिनट क्या कुछ भी नहीं है. सांस लीजिए. Inhale, exhale. Just focus on your breath. what you're doing now. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. You're resting your mind. When you sleep, you rest your body, but the mind doesn't sleep. That is why sometimes, even after sleeping for 8 solid hours, you still feel lethargic, you still feel tired. Inhale, exhale. And that lethargy, that fatigue carries into your day, into your evening, into your meetings, into your relationships, into your meals, into your classrooms. Inhale, exhale. If the mind is tired, the mind gets agitated very easily. Inhale, exhale. If the mind is rested, it doesn't get agitated as easily. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. When you're meditating like this, being mindful of your breath, watching your breath, you are resting your mind. This is true rest. Inhale, exhale. What happens when you sleep? You shut the curtains of your eyelids, and then the mind thinks, now is my turn. I'm going to take revenge. And then the mind conjures nightmares, dreams, whole night with twitching. Mind is getting disturbed. You're so tired mentally. That's why when you wake up, you're still tired. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. But when you meditate 10-20 minutes every day, you rest in your mind, you rest in the source of your being, you rest in your consciousness, and then you become so relaxed. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Just feel how relaxing it is. Only 5 minutes. And the timer is up. Now slowly open your eyes. Look at me. See the smile? Not only on my face, but on each other's faces. Only 5 minutes. And how rested you feel? है ना? कितना आराम मिलता है. तो गुस्सा अपने आप कम हो जाता है. एक समुद्र में आग नहीं लगती है. एक तालाब में आग नहीं लग सकती है. When you meditate, your mind becomes like a big तालाब. उसमें आग नहीं लगेगा. It won't get disturbed. Please do this every day. 5 minutes. थोड़ा सा रेस्ट कीजिए. 1 minute कीजिए. Again you can do for 5 minutes. थोड़ा सा एक्सटेंड करते जाइए. 10 मिनट. थोड़ा सा रेस्ट कीजिए. 1 घंटे के लिए सीधा मत कीजिए क्योंकि आप you're not used to it. So to build resistance. Short sessions, multiple times. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Dear esteemed guests, in the sacred embrace of His Excellence Chokyam Palga Rinpoche's teachings, we offer our heartfelt thanks. Your words, like fragrant blossoms, have adorned the garden of our minds, inspiring growth and contemplation. With gratitude, we stand enriched by the timeless wisdom you have graciously imparted. Thank you, sir.